Morning, everyone. I decided to film a get ready with me. I know skincare and things change as we get older, so here's my routine for someone who's 49 years old. It works for me, it might not work for everyone. So to start with, you want to clean your face and let it dry. And then the first thing I apply is a vitamin C serum. This is the serum that I use. And I just pat it in. Okay, once it's all patted in and dry, not tacky to the touch, I then go in with a hyaluronic acid, but it should be applied when your face is still a little bit moist. So in order to moisten it, I use a little mister. And I do usually add it to my neck and my chest. And again, just kind of pat it in. And now that that is all fully pushed into the skin and left for a second to absorb a bit, I then go in with an eye brightening cream. And apply a little under each eye, and then again, just go in and pat that in. And now that that's all patted in, I then go in with my sunscreen. It's a tinted sunscreen, and I mix that with a little bit of moisturizing cream. And I use that for a base. So I apply. Okay, now that the sunscreen and the moisturizer has been applied to the face, neck, and chest, I then go in with primer. And when you're of my age group, you want a primer that is also hydrating. So put some primer on. Okay, now that the primer's been applied, I then am gonna use my foundation. And I apply it with my sponge that I wet and wring out and then squeeze with a paper towel to get all the moisture out. It just goes on better. So apply a little bit here, and then I dab it on, and just make sure you blend very well. I have melasma, so this is a full coverage foundation, and it does a wonderful job at hiding all of my skin irregularities and also still looks very natural. Okay, once the foundation has been applied and it's nice and blended in, I then go in with concealer. Again, with our age, we need to hit certain places to give us a little bit of lifting. So for me, that would be right here next to my eyes. Do a little V. It'd be at the end of the eyes as well to give your eyes the appearance of a little bit of a lift. And then next to our noses, because we have these little downward lines, you want to give it a little bit of a lift there as well. And next to our mouths, a little bit of a lift here. And then I go in with my sponge and I dab away. Okay, now that the concealer has been tapped in, keep me a little bit of a lift, I'm gonna go in with my contour stick. This one's a double stick. I really only use the bronzing part. So what you wanna do with our age is you wanna start at the high cheekbone, because you wanna give you the appearance of a lift, and start at your hairline. So a little bit there and a little bit there. And then to give it a seamless blend, I apply a little bit more of my tinted sunscreen into my hand, and I dab my brush and I just tap away, and that will blend it in and get rid of any of the lines. Okay, now that that has been blended in, I then go in with a little bit of liquid blush. It's like a cream. And again, with our age group, you have to be careful where you apply products because you don't want it to make your face droop. You kind of want to lift it up. So what I do is I smile and then I hit my cheekbones up here, right near my eyes, and I go back a little bit. I also do a little bit on my nose and I dab a little bit on my chin to give it that sun-kissed look. So here's that. And a little bit there. Oh, a little bit more. Okay. I go in with my sponge again, and I just start dabbing away. And blend, blend, blend. Okay, now that the blush has been blended in, I then am going to go in with some setting powder. This is the kind that I use. And again, with this age group, we have to be careful that you don't want to apply too much the wrong way because then it'll make everything look cakey. It'll get stuck in our fine lines and wrinkles, which unfortunately comes with age. So I apply it with a big round brush. I tap a little bit into the top and I take my big brush and I just tap, tap. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my eyebrows. Just fill them in a little bit, give them a little bit of shaping, and okay, brows are filled in a little bit, and now I'm just gonna set them a little bit, and this is what I use for that. Okay, time to go in with some eyeshadow. And again, this age group, I have droopy skin on this side, part to do with age, part to do with I had Bell's palsy years ago, so it just doesn't sit evenly with this side. So what I do is I do a line above my crease line on both sides, and that'll give a little bit more balanced look. Okay, now that I have finished above the eyes, I'm gonna go on to the eyelid, and I'm using, I don't think you can see it, so I'll say it's Urban Decay Moon Dust. And I just put a little bit of that on my eyelids, and I apply it with my finger. So I use my ring finger, and I just tap, tap, tap. And it gives it a little bit of glitter, but not too much. Okay, now it's time for a little bit of shimmer. And what I use is Becca. And I apply a little bit under my eyebrows and a little bit at the top of my cheekbones. Okay, now a little bit of eyeliner. I just add it to the corners and just smudge it out a little bit. Now it's time for a little bit of mascara. Okay, now that all of it is done, we're gonna make sure it stays for a while with setting spray, and that's what I use. Okay, now that the setting spray has been applied and I fanned it dry, I'm gonna just clean off my lips and apply a little bit of lip gloss, lip treatment. This is the stuff I like. And that's it. I'm ready for the day.